welcome to our second mini-cast ever. Yay! This week's mini-cast, we're going to be talking about our favorite zombie movies. Because, you know, zombies are so dang cool nowadays. I don't think so, but... I'm kind of tired of zombies. I'm a little burnt out. Zombies and vampires, they're just everywhere.
Yes, once Walking Dead is over, I'm totally done with zombies.
Yes. Yes. And it's like the cool thing now. You have these wives and mothers talking about, oh, what am I going to bring if the zombie apocalypse happens? It's like, okay, now it's not cool anymore. It's like, okay, it was kind of cool back in the day when no one else was talking about it. Just like everything else, people, when they all en masse agree on it, they can ruin it. So anyways. Yeah. So, my favorite zombie movie of all time is got to be 28 Days Later. Now, these aren't exactly zombies. They're infected people, but they can run after the characters, and I think that just increases the intensity, because zombies are not that scary to me, because they're just shambling around, like, and they're just so stupid. But when the zombies, quote-unquote, are running at you as fast as they can because they're just like, you know, pumped up on adrenaline and they just need to infect you, that is freaky to me.
It's like zombies don't run, but infected people do.
Yes.
Oh,
got our way around that. And it's very kind of gritty looking, because I think it was the way Danny Boyle filmed it, was to have kind of like a grainy look to it. By the way, Danny Boyle, awesome director. He's one of my favorites. And for one thing, it gave us Cillian Murphy. That was his first movie that I've ever seen him in anyways. I think he was in a few before that, but that was his first major role. I absolutely love him. He was so awesome in that movie, and from that role alone made me love him. But the whole movie, it does everything right. Like, you're so used to horror films kind of like jumping stuff out at you, like, and shrieking, and But there's some moments in this where there's no sound and it's just silence, and like you'll see an infected jump from the ceiling to the ground with nothing, you know, no bells and whistles, and it just starts running at Cillian, and you're just like, oh wow, it's way more effective than a shriek or, you know, violins going. So, and that was a great choice on Danny Boyle's part. Also, it has probably one of my favorite, it's in my top 5 favorite moments in film ever. I think I compiled a list, and this was on it. The moment at the end of if you haven't seen the movie, then kind of block your ears, because this is pretty intense. Towards the end of the film, when the military is trying to... Yes, Michael figured it out. I think Cillian's going back to save the 2 women in the house, and there's one military guy in particular who's very menacing throughout. He just seems like a total dweeb. So he's got the girls and is ready to just kill anything that comes in the room. But no, Cillian jumps from the ceiling into the room. The shot is just so effective, because you see Cillian, you don't know what he's doing, but he's just completely covered in blood, and all of his muscles are so tense, just like he's straining so hard, and his face is just like he's really, really trying to strangle someone. And it pans down, and he's got his thumbs in the guy's eye sockets, completely in, and you can't help but just wince at that, but that shot was so effective for me that it just stuck in my mind forever. That will always be one of my favorite moments in film history. It's so gruesome, but so powerful. Loved it. Love the movie. Great movie. If you haven't seen 28 Days Later, go see it. You can kind of skip over 28 Weeks Later. You don't need to see that one. But 28 Days, definitely go see.
Yes. Awesome.
Michael, what is your top zombie movie of all time?
Shaun of the Dead, directed by Edgar Wright, starring Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. This was originally supposed to be number 1 in their Blood and Ice Cream trilogy, which they have not made a third one as of yet. But they do a spoof movie on a genre. Meanwhile, as they do the spoof on that genre, it ends up being very high quality movie as its own. And that's what Shaun of the Dead is. It's totally making fun of all zombie movies, but it is such a good zombie movie because of it. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, they're just hilarious in this. Like, they're trying to figure out in the movie whether to go to the Winchester, because there's a big Winchester on the wall. And they're like,
North London Mafia. It's true, Big Al says so. Yeah, well, Big Al also says dogs can't look up.
It's not
great.
just a funny movie, though. Like, they really did a great job as a zombie film. Like, there's parts that were really kind of terrifying and gruesome, as any zombie movie should be.
Yeah, just like the next movie they did, Hot Fuzz, was like kind of a spoof on action movies, and it was a really good action movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the best way to spoof, is do it well and, kind of honor the material.
Yeah.
Which I think someone should tell that to the guys that make, like, the Disaster movie and Meet the Spartans.
Yeah, Meet the Spartans, not like Scary Movie 15. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you can make a good scary movie and spoof them at the same time, that would be good.
Yeah. So anyway, if you have not seen those zombie movies yet, see them. Put them at the top of your list.
Oh yeah, definitely, because they'll give you a whole new perspective on zombies, both of them. And zombies did not originate from Walking Dead, so. Thank you for listening to our mini cast.
Yes. Have a good rest of the week.
Yeah. Bye bye.